welcome back to my channel. So we haven't really talked about Latisha for a while on this channel, and I just got a recent update on her that I want to get into in this video. So Latisha was actually arrested today. Here's her mugshot where she's smiling, and she was arrested, and her name she was arrested under was Latisha Griffin, which I thought that was interesting that she's not going by Collier yet since she's married to Keith, but sometimes it can take a little bit to update stuff like that. But it shows she was arrested on 4/23 at 2:52 p.m. and she is currently in custody at this time. So I've known about this for about 8 hours so far, and she's yet to bond out of jail. It shows she has a $5,000 cash only bond, and it shows she was arrested for theft in the second degree. So I looked it up, and theft in the second degree in the state of Iowa could be theft of property exceeding $1,500 but not exceeding $10,000 in value, or theft of a motor vehicle. And this is a Class D felony and is punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a fine not to exceed $10,245. At this time, it does not show any information about when her court date is, but I looked it up on the website that had her arrest information, and it says that new arrests facing state charges appear before a judge generally within 24 hours of booking. I'm sure she'll go right in front of a judge tomorrow. I think the only exception to seeing a judge within 24 hours is when you get arrested on the weekend. But luckily she was arrested on Tuesday, so she'll most likely see the judge. It says typically on regular business days at 8:30 a.m. So she should see the judge first thing in the morning. I'm sure she's tripping right now that she can't talk to her man, because last I knew he was still behind bars. I looked him up on the BOP website, and it says that his release date is February 25th of 2025, but Latisha has been adamant that he's supposed to get out any time now, or he may have already got out. But I feel like if that was the case, we would have been seeing a lot of pictures with him. But I did see a preview clip of the next season of Love After Lockup, and it shows Latisha's. I have no idea what this theft charge is from, but there's numerous things I can think of. Like, I know Colleen, this girl that I reported in the past, she went to Latisha and her accounting business and allegedly gave her $10,000 to do accounting for her business, and Latisha didn't do a damn thing and just took all her money, refused to give any of it back, and she's handling that in the courts right now. And there was another girl who came forward that loaned Latisha $5,000, and she was handling it in court as well. But I almost feel like that would have been a civil case and not a criminal case like this is showing. Since the girl loaned Latisha $5,000, it has to be handled in civil court. But the case with Colleen may be different because Latisha stole $10,000 through her business, and that's theft of services, and that could be criminal charges that come about from all that. She could lose her business license over something like that. And we haven't really heard much about Latisha in the headlines since she was evicted again in February and accused of bankruptcy fraud through the courts. So as I previously reported, in case you haven't been keeping up with everything, Latisha has been evicted twice in the past year, and it's been less than a year, honestly. But she has this second location, and she wasn't paying rent just like she did with her previous place. And then when they tried to evict her, she filed bankruptcy, and she ended up doing an interview, and she said in the interview, oh yeah, in the past I've filed for bankruptcy to hold off court proceedings, and so they didn't have to evict me and I could stay longer. And the court got a hold of that evidence, and they decided that they felt like she was filing for bankruptcy in bad faith. In my opinion, that's what I figured the case was, because I went and looked at some of her past cases and evictions, and she pulled that same move. And every single time she would file for bankruptcy and get more time, and then in the end, she wouldn't even follow through with the bankruptcy. Like, once the court finally made a final deadline to where she had to finish up her bankruptcy paperwork and do what she needed to do, she would always leave that uncompleted. So she would say she needed to file bankruptcy and buy time, but she would never end up filing bankruptcy. And this seemed to be a pattern, and the courts finally got wind of it, and they said that they felt like she did it in bad faith. They threw out the filing and they moved forward with the eviction, and she was evicted towards the end of February. And you know that had to hurt her pockets, because that's right in the middle of tax season. The judge did say that Latisha is able to file for bankruptcy again in the future, but not on this specific case. That bankruptcy filing was dismissed, but he said in the future, if she tries to file for bankruptcy, he says she has to hire a lawyer, and that lawyer has to represent her throughout the whole case and, finish all the paperwork and do what she didn't do every other time she filed for bankruptcy. The judge also mentioned the 3 different bankruptcy code statutes that Latisha may have violated, and the most serious of which could result in Latisha being fined and imprisoned for not more than 5 years or both. So all this stuff she's done this past few years is just stacking up, and it's not looking good for Latisha. Like, I know when she does come on the show, there's probably going to be a whole bunch of court dates and legal stuff she's going to be dealing with. Keith may get out and Latisha's still locked up, and they're going to straight reverse positions, and she's going to be the inmate and he's going to be the free man. But I don't see her being in jail for a long time from this theft charge, especially with her bond only being $5,000. The last time Latisha was arrested was back in November of 2022, so about a year and a half ago, and she was arrested for making a false report and for interfering with official acts. And I think she opened up about that and claimed that one of her homegirls got in a fight outside the club, and she ended up jumping in and started throwing hands, and next thing you know, she was arrested. But that's it for this video, guys. I will keep you guys updated on this case, but let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Check out my lashes and cosmetics at AccordingtoAmber.com. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.